Hey guys, welcome back to Scenery Secrets. So today we're going to do a really quick video of adding a piece of scenery onto our layout. So if you watched my previous versions of this series, you know I talk about something called Stage 2 scenery, which basically means never-ending scenery. You're just always adding it to your layout. As you find things, you go to train shows or whatever it may be. So today we're going to be adding something called Steven's Hideout to our layout. Super cool accessory by K-Line, made years ago, that I stumbled upon, and we're just going to incorporate it in, and only take us about an hour to get it mounted, blend it in, and do a couple extra things to it, and we're ready to go. So let's check it out. Okay, so here it is. So it's a K-Line piece. It's called their Mainline America series, and it's called Steven's Hideout. And basically it's a tree, right, with a treehouse built into it. It's got some ladders, ropes. You got a little sign says must say password. You got a tire swing. There's a telescope up on the crow's nest at the top here. It's got a couple different levels and stuff. Just a cool layout. K-Line was known for just some of the coolest stuff on the accessory front, and this is just one of those. Now, I've never seen this in the wild before. I always saw a picture of it, but I never knew if it was actually made until it showed up on trains.com the other day, and I saw it, and I'm like, yes, there it is, finally. And so this is one of those little accessories you can add to your layout anytime, you know, after your layout's built, and just adds to it. And this is just a great piece. So cool. And so what we're going to do is we're going to add it to our layout, and just because it's a cool piece and I don't want it sort of hidden in the background, I want it sort of front and center, we are going to put it right here. We just happen to have a nice scene right here next to the farmhouse where that tree is right there. And we're going to pull all this out and redo this little section right here and put in Steven's Hideout. And I also bought a couple of Artista figures to stick on the inside the treehouse and stuff like that, just to give it a little more life. And this is just one of those things on a Saturday afternoon where you can enhance your layout with a little extra scenery as you pick things up along the way. And this is, you know, again, what I call Stage 2 scenery, which is just never-ending scenery that you just keep adding to it to make more detail on your layout. So let's go ahead and jump into it. We'll take out the old tree there, get this thing positioned, and start blending it in, and put a couple of details on it, and check out the final result. Alright, first thing I'm going to do, I took all my little figures off in the old tree. I cut a piece of the grass mat out right here to get down to the plywood here. The reason is because I want to use just some hot glue to tack the treehouse on there, and then I'll blend in the bottom. But I didn't want to put it directly on the paper because the paper here is just sort of laying on top here and just tacked every once in a while. So just do that real quick. I'll put a dot of hot glue on there, and we'll get the treehouse positioned, and then we just have to blend it in. Alright guys, so here's the finished product. So I blended the bottom in, you can see on the grass right here. All I did was I just got some of my ground cover, blended it in, got some tree roots exposed, put a little brown patches underneath the tire swing and the ladder, you know, where the grass would be worn out. I added a couple figures, so you can see I added a kid climbing up the ladder right here. And then on the main deck right here, we got just a kid with a soda. Another kid on the first crow's nest right here, and then at the top we got two kids sitting on the edge, and I even put, I don't know if you can see it there, a little owl right on the center of the tree. They got their telescope there, so pretty cool. It's got tin roofs over their little shacks, and then in the back here it actually has, let me get around here, a little opening, another shack back here with a little hammock in it. So I wish I had a treehouse like this when I was a kid. That would have been the ultimate treehouse right there, man. And plus they're right over the railroad tracks, so they get the bird's eye view all the way from up here when the trains go by. What a cool treehouse that would have been, huh? Don't forget, you must say the password to get up to the treehouse. So that's kind of cool. They put that little sign right there. They got actually a football down here too. Although for the size of these kids, that's a giant football. I don't know about that one. A little off scale on that. But really cool. Got tin roofs on it. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed the video on Steven's Hideout. Great little accessory by K-Line if you can find one. And you can see just spending an hour, it just enhanced this whole area. I just had a plain old tree there before. Now I got this awesome tree house sitting here. And this is just what I'm talking about with Stage 2 scenery, which is you just keep adding more detail, and more detail anytime you find things. And that's how the layout sort of progresses into these super detailed layouts. So in other words, you do not have to try to think of everything right off the bat. You just get the basic details down, stage 1, and then after you know, your layout is pretty much complete, you just keep adding to it, and you just keep adding and adding and adding, and more details just keep added to the layout, and it's awesome. So I guarantee you when people come and see this, they're gonna see that and they're gonna like, wow, that's cool. Because like I said before, I wish I had an actual treehouse like this when I was a kid. That would have been awesome. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, I will see you guys next time. Peace, guys.